to Public Participation Training Video 3, High Touch Public Engagement. This is Dave Ciascio. I'm a partner with Community Redesigned. Ourselves and Downtown Professional Network out of Chicago. We're commissioned by the Iowa Department of Economic Development to host a series of public participation training workshops in May. And these videos are intended to follow up those workshops for those of you who would like a little refresher course or for those of you who did not have an opportunity to attend. Again, the session here is in high touch public engagement. And this will be about a 5 to 7 minute session in which I'll go through with you some different methods on public engagement. One of the first things we talked about in high touch versus high tech, which we'll talk about in the next session, but high touch is activity-based engagement. How do we get the public and the community engaged in hands-on ways to make it more effective? One thing that we discussed is photo inventories, and the possibility, which we did in a project in Marion, Iowa, was to actually provide, during a committee meeting, ask people to go out on certain corners of a downtown and on our downtown project and ask them to take photos of what they liked and those things that they did not like about their downtown. And it was amazing, just the camaraderie of people walking out of the meeting together, going to specific assigned corners, taking photographs, coming back and discussing that. They all saw different things than they thought they had ever seen, even though they had lived there for many years. It was a good team-building exercise as well as a very good hands-on, feet-on-the-ground method of engaging people and to open their eyes as to the needs. Other things that we've done before is even sponsored contests where we've had people over a 2-week period go out and photograph the likes and dislikes of their community and actually went through the planning committee judging those and ranking those items through different methods of what they thought was good and bad. And for us as community planners, we can very easily see those, begin to see patterns exist on the positives and negatives of the community. Community walkabouts, a very interesting idea that has arisen during these discussions, something that we've used before as well. Community walkabouts include just that, where we'll ask a committee, a planning committee or steering committee, to walk from one end of the corridor to the other and record the sights and sounds and smells and the harshness of traffic and then lack of pedestrian experience or the dominance of automobile that they're experiencing. And so getting people, again, on the ground, actually engaged in their environment is something that's very effective. Engaging people with links to events, something that is very simple but we often overlook is try to combine engagement or input opportunities for your project right during the fair, during the arts festival, during the concert in the park, those kinds of things. Even someone brought up the idea of if it's polling time and to do nearly or almost an exit polling strategy and ask people to provide their input while they're in the civic mood of what they think about their community. So it seems like a pretty self-evident idea, but again, to engage people in and try to combine activities that are ongoing. Charrettes, another way to engage, especially the youth and everyone of all ages like these are called charrettes, French term for meaning workshop, basically. Real-time input equaling real-time design or real-time output. Engaging people around large pieces of paper, asking them to go to work and map out those good things of their community or those bad things or the less desirable things of their community, what they would like to take forward into the future of their community and what they would like to leave behind as the community moves forward. Graphically depicting those the best way they can, and then having sharing sessions back again. This is very important and very engaging task for youth. And again, something as we've mentioned in the other videos, engaging the youth at the middle school level and up is very, very important for they are the next generation of our communities. Continuous meeting over a course of 3 to 5 days. That's what these charrettes. Sometimes we'll do a 1-day charrette to a 3-day or 4-day charrette, where we're actually producing ideas and then presenting those ideas to the community in the evening so that they can see the progress taking place. The open attendance is very important as well. We talked in video number 1 about the idea of transparency, allowing for the public to walk in, drop in, see what's going on with the progress of their plan, and preparing ideas is important as well during that process for continuous feedback and input. And one final idea of a high-touch exercise called mind mapping. If you'll Google up mind mapping or mind maps, you'll find many different formats, but this is a very graphic way to visually identify a relationship between ideas. This particular map is one that's done. It talks about uses and what things should be done and what are the uses that we need to have, as well as why we need these particular things. And you can begin to see branches. And it's very good on branches of ideas and branches of relationships of ideas that form the mind map or the mind tree. And so it employs lateral thinking. Too often we think it as a linear process, and this here is more of a lateral thinking where ideas connect side by side. So it's pretty fun, also an enjoyable time to do for your personal life as well, to think through where you're at in life. So with that, that's a brief overview of some high-touch engagement processes, and stay tuned for video number 4.